And the recording has started. Good afternoon. The IGI webinar will start in a moment. Thank you for joining. The IGI webinar will start in a moment. Good afternoon. We will start in just a few moments. Thanks for your patience. We will start just in a few moments. It's not 2 o'clock yet. Thank you for joining. We will start just in a few moments. It's almost 3. Well, actually, it's 3 o'clock in Brussels. So we will start in just a few moments to let a few more people to come on board. Good afternoon. We will start in just a few moments. I propose that we start. Is that okay? Very good. So welcome to today's webinar. To those of you that don't know me yet, I'm Géraldine de Limelette, the Executive Director at IGI, the Global Wall Coverings Association. IGI is very pleased to collaborate with associate member Wizart to bring you today's event. Please join me in welcoming our presenters, Zina and Anna, who is actually replacing Ula from Wizart, and Russell from World of Wallpaper. They are going to reveal the importance of rich content and present cutting-edge solutions to drive your brand awareness and sales. Important to note that if you have questions during the presentation, please be sure to enter these in the Q&A box found at the bottom right of your screen. This webinar is being recorded and will be available to the IGI members on demand on the IGI website. Now I think it's time to start. Zina, over to you.
Yes, thank you, Geraldine, for this brief introduction. My name is Zina, and I'm the head of Global Key Accounts Management at Wizart. And as Geraldine said, today we're going to talk about the main trends in the e-commerce devoted to selling wall coverings, and we will cover the main tips on how to increase conversions. We will talk about the rich content types presented on the market and actually how to implement them into your business. And I'd like to give the word to Russell. Thank you very much for taking part in our webinar, and probably you will be the first to talk about the e-commerce trends and challenges and opportunities for this market.
Okay, thank you, Zina, and thank you, IGI and Wizart, for inviting me to talk today. Give you a little bit of insight over the next few minutes about what works best for us as an online retailer in terms of content and how we can work closely with brands to improve conversions and sales. So if you move to the next slide, please, Zina. So just to give you a little bit of background about our business, I'm the founder and director of a company called Argofield, and one of our brands is worldofwallpaper.com, which is a website that we operate out of the UK, but we sell internationally as well on various marketplaces listed on the page there: Amazon, eBay, Frugo, ones you've heard of. Recently launched few as well. And we fulfill orders from our 2 UK warehouses around the world. And recently, we became a top 10 destination for DIY in the UK, which was great for our business. If you can just move on to the next slide for us, please, Zina. So just to give you a little bit of an overview of online retail in wallpaper, the wallpaper category, like most categories, we've seen a significant increase in browsing and buying online for wallpapers in the last 10 years. And of course, more so since March 2020, when we saw a significant increase during COVID, as that trend accelerated online. Nowadays, we find around about 75% of our traffic comes from mobile, which is great, but it also creates some challenges, notably around screen size, so imagery, and also product detail, and also challenges around conversion rates, because people tend to browse more on mobile phone than they would on a desktop or laptop. So therefore, we need to try and improve conversion rates on those platforms. So it's important for us to work very closely with brands, and we hope that what we can provide them is the fastest route to market, both for brand owners and manufacturers. We've got significant traffic to our site, and we're recognized brands. So when a product is launched, we've already got to get that launch as effectively as possible. One of the things that we're asked quite often about is the advantages of websites over marketplaces. And in our experience, it's about buyer experience is better on a website. We can provide things like how-to guides, wallpaper calculators, the technology from Wizart, the Triton Your Room technology, and offer the customers coordinated ranges, which is not really something that's possible on most marketplaces. If you can move on to the next slide for us, please, Dina. So what do we love? Rich content. It's the accurate, that helps products stand out. It's a very crowded marketplace, not just in wallpapers, but in home decor in general. What we found over the years is that the cost of acquiring customers has increased year on year. It's one of the reasons why Google, such a successful company, is that they drive a lot of traffic, but they charge a lot of money for it as well. So if we can provide customers with a better experience, first time that they shop with us or the first time that they visit us, we're much more likely to get them back. Obvious things like product attributes, lifestyle descriptions, they really do help to sell product. And of course, in the wallpaper market, where we've got texture on wallpapers as well, short videos demonstrating texture can be a real benefit. Product. So if you can move on, please, Zina. So here's an example of what we would say on our website is a great product page. So if actually this is a snapshot from our desktop rather than mobile sites, it's easier to see on a larger screen. So first thing first, this is the image above the fold, so before the customer would scroll down. Large product image, multiple imagery, including various room settings, which help to sell the product. You've got calls to action, such as the 90-day returns policy that we have, the next day delivery. So very good selling points that hopefully improve conversion rates on the product page. We've got clear link there to 5-star reviews, which obviously, don't just take our word for it. Let's look and see what other customers have been talking about the product or our services as well. And the Tried in Your Room technology, which we have from Wizart on our site, which enables customers to be able to take an image in their room and then overlay wallpaper so that they can actually see it in their own room setting. If you can go on to the next slide for us, please. And this is very briefly, this is below the fold. So this is the detail that we have on this page. A little bit of marketing copy. We don't want to go into too much detail, but there's a nice paragraph there that's the key features and benefits of the product, which we believe that have a story. So it's good to have that one paragraph of the bullet points, clear and easy to read, attributes as bullet points, and then transparent delivery and return information. They all help to sell us and the product and increase conversion rates. Just on to the next slide, please. So why is it important? Well, there's only a finite amount of demand for goods online, and we're in a very competitive market, not just in wallpaper, but in home decor in general. So we want to make sure that we're making the most of that traffic that we received. And of course, that demand, as we know, is getting weaker over time at the moment due to primarily economic reasons, that we're having to fight harder for customer buyers in general. So why is this important? Well, really what we want to do is we want to increase the conversion rates every time and maximize those conversion rates every time somebody visits our site. So having that richly detailed page absolutely is something that can help to improve those conversion rates. It's our experience that we can see up to a 50% improvement in conversion rates with a richly detailed product page versus a page that isn't richly detailed, that hasn't got the multiple imagery, that hasn't got the good product content on there. And of course, we're not just competing within the wallpaper industry, we're competing in the wider home decor market. And what we don't want to do is drive traffic, which costs a lot of money, to our website, and the customer just gives up. They can't make a buying decision, and that's not just a bad experience for us, but it's a bad experience for the industry, because that customer may go away, they may put off that project, or they may simply go and buy something that's not from the DIY category and the wallpaper category. So it's important that we work together with brands to make sure that we can maximize these opportunities when we take to that site. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I'm pretty much done with that part of the presentation. If you want to move on to the next slide. Thanks, Zina.
Yeah, and if you have any questions and would like to know more about the world of wallpaper, or just get more information from Russell, feel free to contact him at his email. Thank you, Russell, for this presentation, very insightful information. Now I'm going to talk about the rich content types that are currently presented on the market and tell you more about their efficiency. But first of all, let me introduce our company, Wizart. So our main product is the AR Room Visualizer, which is a sales tool for home improvement retailers and manufacturers, and it is available for all types of home improvement products and home decor. We have been on the market for 5 years already, and have managed to partner with more than 150 retailers and manufacturers across the globe, and gained a database of more than 270,000 high-quality product images got directly from the manufacturers. Talking about the users, each month we get more than 500,000 active users, generating 3 million renders. This means that this tool really gets much popularity when people trying to buy the goods online. So really brings lots of success to the companies. However, Wizart Best Visualizer. Besides Visualizer, we offer a product information management system, rich content tools. We also help build e-commerce stores for the brands that are just entering the market, and we also provide some plugins for Shopify and WooCommerce and other popular systems to make the Wizart integration smooth and fast. Just to sum it up, like the mission of Wizart is to introduce a new standard of selling home improvement products online and improve virtual shopping experience. So now let's proceed to the product content trends in 2023. And first, I'd like to start with a few numbers from marketing research. And here's the first one. And it goes without saying that the trend of buying home improvement products online will be just growing in the upcoming years. Today, more than 27% of global population prefer shopping online, which is 4% more compared to 2021. This means that e-commerce business model businesses should think about their online presence, and 87% of consumers believe that proper content, product content is extremely important for them when making a decision to buy something. And talking about the ways of how consumers buy products today is that 71% of them prefer using AR technologies that some of the retailers offer to them. However, only 1% of retailers have these technology tools installed on their website, which is really extremely low. Due to the fact that usually these tools generate twice more conversions compared to the traditional way of selling goods online. So all of these facts make us think that rich content is one of the major trends today that helps businesses increase customer engagement and boost conversions. So today we would like to present to you one of the most popular product content types, and we analyzed the market of the retailers that are already implementing rich content into their buying processes. And here we defined 4 major types of product rich content currently used on the market. So these are 3D textures, product videos, VR rooms, and enhanced product specifications. And we will start with the 3D textures. And here I will present some of the examples just to showcase how it really looks and how it helps customers bring more interactivity. So here on the right side, you may see the image applying 3D texture, and I think it gives like very good difference between those 2 pictures. We can actually see the color variations and how the light reflects this wall covering. It just really gives the customer understanding of the surface finish and helps them make the right decision if it will really match their interior. Another type of product rich content is interactive product videos. Here you see the example of the product video showcasing the wall panel installed in the bathroom, and obviously these videos can be made of different scenarios and interiors, covering various 3D objects, and many customers believe that product videos are one of the most efficient and informative types of rich content. However, this type of rich content, VR rooms, I find like most interactive, and whenever I see on the website that someone offers this opportunity, I always use it. Actually, in these VR rooms, you can walk around the room, play with some objects, zoom in them to see all the little details. And also one of the main functionality here is that consumers can play with the lighting and actually see how the wall coverings will look during the day or in the evening. So like the main challenge here is solved. I mean, like how to make the project look like in real life. And the last type of rich content that we're going to cover today is product specifications. Usually this is the information about color, pattern, style, material, and many other parameters that give the consumers understanding of how this project could be installed in the interior if it just fits all the terms. And why we're talking about this today is that the market offers AI tools that help generate all this information automatically. And these tools help companies save tons of resources spent on marketing agencies and just lots of time that is usually needed to do the product catalogs and supply it with the full product specifications. So here we may see some of the examples of these tools, how they generate this information about the colors, about the patterns. So they just can divide it into several types and apply also filtering for the future catalog. And I think that one of the main questions today is how to use rich content and how to make it get maximum efficiency from it. So most of retailers and manufacturers currently using rich content in their marketing campaigns and promotion, in online catalogs, websites, and marketplaces, and just to bring really unique content. Some of them apply rich content in traditional brick and mortar stores to provide sales consultants with more interactivity for consumers, just to again help them see the product in real interiors. And another interesting way of using rich content is applying QR codes. That usually is connected with physical samples. For example, if a consumer offers a sample of the wall covering, you ship it to them, and you can put the QR code on the box, and then the consumer will be able to just interact with the product, use the interactive video, see how it will match the interior, or use the visualizer, and just everything will really influence the customer engagement and finally help them make the decision and buy this product. So summing it all up, let's go through the main benefits that rich content brings to businesses. First of all, it makes the shopping journey more seamless. It helps to bring customer loyalty through engaging and supporting customers and helping them make the right decision. Finally, it lowers returns thanks to eliminating the imagination gap and just actually helping the customers make the right decision. And one of the important part here to mention is that rich content is 100% sustainable, and it can really complement or replace physical samples. For many businesses, this is one of the biggest parts of the budget that they spend actually every month, and rich content is one of the ways to optimize resources here. And of course, unique content brings a lot of improvement to search engine visibility and drives traffic to the website, and actually bringing new clients to the business. So I think that all of these benefits could be more described in a great success story. So now I'd like to introduce my teammate Anna, who will cover the success stories that we have done for one of our clients. So please meet Anna.
Hello, thank you, Zina. Hello, everyone. My name is Anna, and I'm the head of delivery at Wizart. Thank you very much for joining our today's webinar. Happy to see you here today. So I'll tell you a success story with the rich content in the center of it, as Zina mentioned. Actually, we have many examples proving the importance of the high quality product presentation in order to increase sales and ensure brand loyalty. But the example I'd like to share with you today, it comes from Italy. So this is our client, Alfredo Russo Design, and this is one of the most recent success stories we are actually proud to share with you today. So their focus was mainly on skirting boards and frames, but they decided to launch a new product category for them, which is wall panels. And what is really worth mentioning here, and why we have chosen this very example to share with you today, is that these are leather textured wall panels. So the surface finish, the embossing, the texture is actually the selling point for them in this case. Could you please move to the next slide, Zina? Mm-hmm. So Alfredo Russo, they tried to make the photos of the leather panels for their catalogs, but they found that the traditional photography wasn't that convincing because the photos of the products, they didn't give that feeling of the texture. So finally, they got in touch with us and they sent us the very specific drawings prepared by the designer, and you can actually see them on the left, on the very left of your screen now. And they also attached some photos of the wall panels in the room. They just made some photos of their product installed. And what we did for them, we created a full set of the content assets for their catalog, which are several types of 3D textures with the possibility to see every detail of the product. We also added several eye-catching room shots with the product applied in different room settings, which is also important because it gives the customers the opportunity to see the product from different angles with different light. And of course, videos. Could you please move to the next slide, Zina? So videos, we prepared also video for them. Videos are crucial for a successful marketing strategy these days. So the room shots and videos, they allow consumers to understand the scale of the wall covering they are considering to purchase at the moment, like on your website. They allow them to see how the light is reflected and playing on the surface, which is very important. And there can be many scenarios for the videos created, and with using many room settings, which is also a good point. So we also added the link to the visualizer to their catalogs and brochures, to the Wizart visualizer, making their product viewing experience even more interactive, allowing their customers to preview these panels in their own homes, which was a very important addition according to the feedback Alfredo Russo received from their customers. So they launched the new catalog, the new product, about like a month ago, and they already shared their very positive feedback with us. They said that this was actually an absolute success for them. Zina, could you please move to the next slide? So let's have a look at the business implications they actually shared with us. First thing they mentioned is that they saved their time and resources. They sent us the original data they had. They didn't have to prepare anything specifically for us. They just explained us how this product is supposed to look, and our team took care of everything. And of course, the main result they noticed is that these quality, rich content which we prepared for them, the videos, the images, the graphics, it actually helped them to boost their sales. In fact, they managed to reach out to a wider audience, and their customers found the way they presented this leather wall panels very interesting, engaging, and informative. So basically, they got a very unique catalog that helped them to outmatch their competitors. This was very important for them too. And Alfredo Russo left very positive comments for us. You can see it on the slide. And currently, we're discussing future projects with them. So. This is not one of the many happy cases we recorded recently, where rich content played a crucial part in improving the business KPIs within the wall coverings industry, actually. Could you please move to the next slide? So in general, we conducted research using the data provided by some of our clients, because not every client of ours is willing to share their stats. So we run the research with those who are actually into this. And we noticed that rich content and such high quality product presentation tools like AR visualizer, like our Wizart visualizer, they actually increase conversions up to 5 times. And we also observed 10% average sales boost and 4 times shorter transaction cycle length. Could you please move to the next slide? Okay, so all these results mentioned above, they prove that actually images are more important than ever, especially on mobile, as Russell mentioned above. And people are mostly buying from mobile, it goes without saying these days. It is also important to emphasize that customer engagement is crucial. It is basically the process of fostering interest in your brand with customers by appealing to their interest and creating content they want to see, the content they want to consume. So the better engaged your customers are, the longer you will be able to retain them, and the more loyal they will be to you. So customer engagement is indeed one of the critical points for selling online, and rich content is the king here. So, okay, could you please move to the next slide, Zina? So to sum up everything said earlier today, I'd say that the future of the DIY and home improvement industry is digital, and it is already here. Like we always knew that technologies like AR tools were going to be transformative, but the lifestyle changes that came with the pandemic, they just pushed its growth into an overdrive. As a result, the way we view and decorate our homes, may never be the same. So the consumer behavior is changing, and we all are experiencing it. So our idea is that to stay on track and sell more, we actually need to ensure supreme product presentation. We need to treat the consumers with a content that engages, that converts, creating eye-catching experiences for them. This is very important to understand these days, I believe. So thank you very much for your time and attention. Yeah, and if you're interested to learn more about Wizart, you can get in touch with us via the contact details provided. We have QA section following next. So if you have any questions, just please let us know. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Anna. Thank you, Russell, and thank you, Zina, for your presentation today. I hope that we will get a few questions, but I already have one in front of me, and I don't know which one of you would like to reply to that one. Is how long does it take to create each type of rich content that you are referring to in your presentation?
Probably I'll take this one because I mentioned it. So I spoke about the content package, which included 3D texturing, room shots, and a video. So if we speak about 3D texturing, we mean preparing the special maps, maps like roughness, maps of light or shadow. All these maps, they add depth, they add perspective to the texture. So it might take something around 40 minutes on average to prepare this kind of maps, but everything depends on the complexity of the texture itself. So this also has to be taken into account. So I also mentioned room shots, which are essential, very important, especially for product details pages, of course, and your catalogs. So once we created the 3D texturing, we can use these prepared maps for rendering the room shots, and it normally takes up to 10 minutes, no more than 10 minutes, as long as we have everything ready. And if we speak about the video, so on average, I'd say it would take 20 to 30 minutes, but everything depends on the uniqueness of this video and also on the scenario, on the room setting you choose, because like it depends on what product qualities you'd like to demonstrate, you'd like to highlight using this video. But also we're a tech company, so we love automating things, automating the processes. So in this case, like we've already automated many parts of these repetitive tasks, like we created scripts and default maps, which can be used for certain types of textured products, and we're using them. And like to give you as an example, probably recently we prepared like 1,000 3D textured pattern images, and it took us almost 3 hours just because we automated this process. So we tend to always check whether it can be automated, and this automation can ultimately speed up the creation time.
Thank you, Anna. I have more questions coming in. The next one is, when adding imagery, how do you decide if to lead with a room shot, roll shot, or swatch image?
It depends on the customer. Probably I'll take this one too, sorry. It depends on the customer, which one they would like to have on their product details page. I'd say that it's a good idea to have a roll shot because it gives the customers the understanding of the scale of the wallpaper. We have while working with the retailers, we have had several specific requests for these kind of room shorts. But generally, it depends on the request.
The next question is the same video on every product page with the wall covering changing, or is it a different video on each product page?
So it actually depends on, again, on the request, on what you need. So normally, as I said, the speed to prepare these videos depends on the uniqueness of them. So if you would like some unique videos per each product page SKU, it might take longer time, but it can be accomplished. But in terms of trends, usually, like, we notice that for some specific collection with several color variations, this can be one video with one scenario, and then for other collection they can use another scenario. This is how we notice this. Maybe my colleagues, they can add something.
Yeah, we actually have a few examples of the videos where, like Anna mentioned, some of the color variations of the same wall covering, let's say, changes. So, like, if there's a need, we will be able to send some of these examples for you just to see the options offered on the market. But yes, that is possible, and everything depends on the needs of the customer and the scenario that they find the best working.
Everything's possible.
Great. So I have one more question here. Do you think that rich content is equally important for digitally printed and analog printed wallpapers?
Probably I'll take this one too. So I'd say that if we speak about analog printed wallpaper as a very textured wallpaper with some deep embossing, it is very important to be able to demonstrate every detail of it, to be able to see it in different room settings, to understand how the light reflects in it. So in this case, I'd say that for the analog printed wallpaper, rich content is indeed more important, probably. It is crucial to give the consumer the best understanding of the textured product with the deep embossing. At the same time, it is simply not possible to sell online today with good quality content without videos or without room shots. So I'd say that it is almost equally important for digitally printed wallpapers too.
Great. I have one more question here. My client is looking at multiple visualizers. How do you differentiate from others, flooring, interior market, etc.?
Okay, good question. Thank you. Generally, we support multiple surfaces. So we support ceiling, flooring, wall coverings. Like, we worked a long time to educate our neural networks to recognize the surfaces to their best. So we are very proud of that, especially when it comes to the wall coverings, because wall coverings are our bread and butter. This is what we started from. This wasn't the flooring, but the wall coverings. So we always listen to our customers, and we develop our features based on their feedback. So this is I'd say is a very important point to emphasize. Like our most recent development is the feature allowing to drag and drop to move the murals or wall art around the wall, which is a very very innovative and new feature. So I'd say this main point. So it is very important for us what our customers say, what they actually need, and what is on trend right now. So currently we see that there is a demand for rich content, and there is demand for the instruments to create this rich content very quickly. So therefore we also work on this apart from the visualizer.
And to add on that question, there was what type of product images do you need to create in the visualizer?
What type of product images?
Yes.
We normally, thank you. So we normally use JPEGs or PNG images. It's like when it comes to wallpaper, of course, we need fully repeated patterns so that it hasn't been cropped previously, because in this case, we will be able to ensure it is visualized seamlessly in the instrument, because it will be repeated like on the wall, on the surface. So normally our requirements are very easy to meet. Like even if you send us some other type of image format, we can process it. So we also develop different tools allowing us to process them and make them possible to be uploaded into our system.
Great, thank you. Well, I have no more question on the Q&A for the moment. Any more questions maybe?
Also check the chat section, no questions here too.
Nothing in the chat. I don't know if you would like to add anything, or Anna or Zina or Russell.
I think just to add about the question of product imagery and which one to lead with, there's not one answer that is the best in every situation, but I think what we try and do as much as possible is have some consistency. So when people are searching for products or when they're on category pages, we haven't got a mismatch of different types of imagery on that page. It's just, again, it's about the user experience. You know, if you go on a marketplace and you search for wallpaper, you'll see all types of different product imagery led, and it can be quite confusing and quite off-putting. But on a website where you have the ability to control that content, then you have the ability to be able to a consistent as well.
Thank you, Russell. Is there any other questions coming up or any further comments for today? I think that's it. So I would like to again thank you all for coming to the IGI webinar, and also to Russell, Zina and Anna for delivering it today. I hope that you found the content interesting, and we hope to see you at a future IGI webinar in the future. So thank you very much, and wishing you a very nice evening, morning or day to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I think we are back to ourselves.
Okay, good.
No, not yet, probably.
Wait, let's wait. Because I think if I click end,